The lack of liquidity is indeed driving us nuts. You can get in, but how can you get out?
What we here are looking for is really that foundational support for the next bull market. Hello investors, and welcome to another 180 Markets Weekly Wrap. Well friends, it is certainly nice to end the week to see a large spike in the overnight share markets. And no doubt that this rise is being driven by the US Federal Reserve's decision earlier this week to keep interest rates on hold, but also famed macro investor Stan Druckenmiller made comments that he is buying US 2-year treasuries in size. And again, maybe that's a signal that this interest rate rise cycle is coming somewhat to an end. But we caution you to remember that the largest share price spikes come in bear markets. What we here are looking for is really that big basing over days, weeks, to really build that foundational support for the next bull market. And where may that market emerge from? Well, one sector worth looking at are the large commodity companies, especially in the energy patch, because they are trading at significant discount multiples to their historical averages, while at the same time posting extremely strong earnings. So it's certainly something to watch. Now back to market technicals. There really is one word to describe the market right now: illiquid. That's right. The bid-offer spreads are very wide. There's not a lot of volume. Share prices can move up or down on virtually no activity at all. And it makes price discovery and really having conviction very, very difficult. And to talk about them even more and capital raises that went on this week, as always, I'll turn it over to Shaun.
Thanks, Greg. The lack of liquidity is indeed driving us nuts. It is very hard to allocate funds into some of these stocks. You can get in, but how can you get out? There is hardly any buying and any selling. We hope that this changes in the short term because you need liquidity. A lot of people who watch the market now are getting turned off by the lack of liquidity, and it is very frustrating. There are, however, a lot of placements. This week there were 32 capital raises, way up from the previous few weeks. Let's start with one that we did in Ignite Equity, Westwits Mining. So we helped raise $1.2 million as joint lead manager for Westwits. This was done at 1.1 cents. They're currently trading at 1.4. If you joined the Zoom calls on Monday, you'd notice how excited we are. This is a small little gold stock and their projects are in South Africa. There were other raises, as we mentioned. Let's take a look at SRN. So they raised money at 1.1 cents through Evolution. Each stock came with a free 1-for-2 option that can be exercisable at 1.9 cents. ALC, they raised money this week, and that was a very popular raise at 180 Markets. They raised $5 million at 7.5 cents. And unfortunately for people that took their raise, they're already trading below that. I wonder where all that excess demand has gone, because that one was well oversubscribed, and no one's buying on market now. Often very frustrating for lead managers. Let's take a quick look on the platform and see what we got. ACF, Acro Formwork. Let's take a quick look. They did actually open this morning. That's interesting. They opened this morning and halted at 5 to 12. Obviously, they reached an agreement intraday and went live. Yeah, pretty interesting looking company there. It's got a market cap of 234 million, and that's way too big for me to look at. What else have we got? 1AD, they're raising money at 2 cents. There's free options there. I think it's 1-for-1. And 1AD, let's take a look at the chart. Another one that suffered over the last year, but hopefully this could be the bottom. All right, movers this week. There were a lot more downs than ups, but let's start with ups. It's always good to be positive. TG6. they've had a massive run. Look at that chart. 10 cents a week ago, all the way up to 50 cents this morning, trading at 49. They announced high-grade lithium at their Lake Johnston project, and this one just keeps going up. It's been an amazing performer. Sayona, everyone's favorite trading stock, heaps of volume, traded 100 million today. It's bounced from the lows. It hit lows of 6.9 cents on Wednesday afternoon, and with the market it's bounced quite a bit. So yeah, traders are obviously enjoying this little bit of a bounce. Who knows if the bottom's been reached? I'm not sure. Time will tell. STK up very nicely today, up another 43%. Look at that chart. The last 6 to 8 weeks, they've come off about 3.5, 4 cents, and now trading at 16 cents. Incredible there. They gave an exploration update this morning, and very positive one there. Downs, let's take a look. NHE bounced a bit today, but let's look at the chart. They had a disappointing result at their Mabelli project. So they reached total depth, and obviously there wasn't a lot of gas shows down there. IDX, another one that's been pretty disappointing this week. It's fallen all the way from $2.75 down to $1.83 now. They gave a trading update, and the numbers that they released weren't as good as expected. G6M, one I used to hold, lucky I sold out. They have been a terrible performer. They were trading around the 20 to 18 cent mark for a while, but I think as they move closer to production, they've had a lot of problems, and that's pretty common from explorers going into production. All right, everyone, that's a wrap. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching another 180 Markets Weekly Wrap. If you want access to thousands of capital raises, sign up at 180markets.com.au and you'll get access to our very next capital raise. Thanks for watching.